welcome back to Afterlife. This is Miney, and I hope you liked seeing all of these trees get into their places around the flower field factory area. However, I have run out of leaves, so I'm gonna have to go scoop up a bunch of those, hopefully from a forest nearby where it's just quick and easy, so we can get the trees done and I can work on adding in the rest of the small little decor things that I think are gonna really tie the base together and get us all set for the finale world tour that is upcoming the end of September. Okay, I've had 2 sets of shears break collecting leaves, so am I using another silk touch pickaxe to get leaves to finish my trees? Yes, I am. What are you gonna do? Send the Minecraft police after me? I'm a runner. You can't catch me. On a serious note, one of my goals for this season has been to do a better job of making sure I have enough of the items that I need to complete builds. And I feel like I'm actually regressing and going backwards, like to my old ways, because this is not the first time I've had to come get leaves. I just had to go get more spruce. We're almost done. I have, I think, 2 more of the little, I call them the tiny trees, on the pathway. And then I did want to add like a little clump of trees, sort of on the, I see you. I've got my eye on you. It's fine. Does he see me? Oh, I think he does. Hey, buddy. What you doing? I was wanting to add a clump of trees next to the gasoline pond, and then I think I'll be done with trees. Though I have to say, I've very much enjoyed adding trees to the base area. It really makes such a big difference. And I'm really enjoying designing custom trees. It's been a lot of fun. I think I like organic builds, which probably makes sense, kind of goes with my tendency to enjoy asymmetrical builds as well. I mean, organic is definitely not symmetrical, right? The trees are done. I think they look so good. I haven't even looked around with free cam, so let's do that now so I can see it too for the first time. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. What I really wanted with the tree lines is, I don't know how farms work across America or all over the world, but in California, where I am from, there's a lot of times fields and then like a row of trees to act as a windbreak. So I've added, that's kind of where the idea started. And I also felt it would kind of add a defining end to the base area, because where I chose to put this base, it's kind of in a very open zone with not a lot of natural terrain to differentiate like where my stuff begins and ends. And so I feel like the tree line really helps show. Oh, they turned out so cute. And it helps keep the ghasts in their flower fields, because this one would often come out over here, and Sassy, I feel like, would also kind of drift this way. And now they kind of just bump up against the trees and then head back to the fields. Oh, looks cute. I ended it here because I feel like you can kind of tell from the way the generation begins to go up this hill that this is the end. I do have a plan to build some lollipops back here just to give something of visual interest. And then I did have the idea to add some of the custom trees, maybe like somewhere here as well, because that hill isn't great. I mean, honestly, I could have done a lot of better job terraforming this waterfall, but I have been taking notes and I have a list of things that I would like to do better next season. This was my first time ever building a base of anything this size. And so, you know, it's a learning process, and I have learned a lot from it. And now I kind of know some more things that I would like to do and things I would like to do better. But I think I've done a pretty good job. So yeah, I think some trees would look good right there We're going to put in the lollipops along this hill, and then it's going to be time to take care of the firework contraption that I designed in Creative. It works on Creative. Hopefully it works in the server. And that way, when people come for the world tour, we'll be able to greet them with a burst of fireworks all along the bridge. I'm so excited. Oh, we have so much to do still. The pond trees are in. Just like a little clump of, I think it's 5 or 6 trees over there. Oh, that looks cool. Let's hop into free cam. So it kind of like gives just like a little peek of the waterfall. Doesn't do much to hide anything coming this direction. Oh, but those look nice, like in the gap between this mountain and that mountain. And then if we come even closer into the pond area. So the idea for this is you walk in like here. Oh, I think that looks cute. I kind of want more, but I don't. I'm out of oak leaves. I'm almost out of spruce. I don't have enough time, I don't think, to get done like adding in even more trees. I might be a little bit addicted to adding trees into my base though. It's so fun. It's so fun and it makes such a big difference. But now I'm going to put away all of this leaf and spruce stuff, and I gotta gather up all of my lollipop decor supplies so we can get started on the next phase of finishing the base. Here is what the lollipop design looks like. So the interior is just wool in a spiral, and then I just surrounded the whole thing in glass to kind of make it look like a cellophane wrapper. And then each lollipop is going to be on pale oak sticks with a little pink ribbon to tie it up. And now I'm just going to add in all the other ones across this way just to add a little bit of visual interest to the back part of the base, but I do think we will be able to see them even from all the way over here because they're gonna come all the way across. So that should be super cute. And the lollipops are in. I think they turned out so cute. They look really good along this hill and kind of just act sort of like how the trees act to differentiate a border of the base to natural Minecraft terrain generation. I wanted to mix it up and not only do tree lines. And I think those are so cute. I love them so much. And again, I'm feeling that same vibe. Like I want to do more, but I don't think it needs more. And then this is if we're just walking along, you can kind of see them towards the back. They look really good. And then if for whatever reason you're walking along this side of the greenhouse, you can see even more. Oh, the base is really coming together. I want to do something along the shoreline where I don't have the dark prismarine. And of course, the main thing is we've got to get that firework contraption built and start making our fireworks so we can have a grand welcome whenever the world tour makes it to our base. A new member on the server who will be starting with us for season 6, KashMuney, you should go give him a follow. I'll link him below. Put out a short recently sort of describing how to make your shorelines in Minecraft nicer. And I'm going to follow his steps, beginning with the first step, which is to build boulders randomly along the shoreline. Okay, it's looking a little flat on this side, but I like this side. I don't really know if walls belong in boulders, but they belong in my boulders, I think. Okay, that looks cute. It's basically kind of a boulder. So now we just need to go along the shoreline and sort of dot something like this along every so often. Okay, that's looking good. I do feel like I'm doing like sort of the same shape over and over. So I think I need to try to do maybe something shorter or taller next one. I'm going to try and force myself to go taller. I'm averaging, I think, like 3 tall on the other ones. Okay, that looks nice. I like that. Whoops, I don't like that. Okay, I did it. I went taller. I do feel like it needs maybe some more mossy. Okay, I'm okay with that one. I think I should do another one close to this because I also feel like not only was I doing the same height, they're kind of, well, I guess they're not equally distant. But we should do something small and closer, like right here. You know what I'm missing is slabs. I didn't make slabs. Let's do like a flattish one. Oh yeah, I like that one. This one will be a little flatter and smaller as well. I think I will do one more boulder sort of like here, and I'm probably going to take down these cherry leaves, and I want to get rid of all that sand. Okay, so we've got a big boulder in that we sort of braced our wall up against, and then it also has like dirt kind of pressed up against it, and the rest of the shoreline boulders are in. I think they look pretty good. I don't know if they're like pro level boulders, but I think they do the job. Kash's boulders are a lot closer together than mine, but I don't want it to be like super bouldery. So I like what I've got going on. On to step 2, which is to extend the boulders down into the river to sort of tie them in. I have these blocks in my inventory to sort of help me hopefully gradient those down into the river. And we're going to start with the farthest away one so that I can practice as I go, so that hopefully by the time I'm to the entrance of the factory, like that one will be beautiful. So what I'm going to go tough to soul sand or soul soil to muddy roots to mud. Yeah, that works. Okay, so something like that. And then I think what we're gonna do next is, it's like, okay, you pull this down into the river and then you sort of connect them across. I think what I just need to do is probably get rid of any sand in between because it's such a light color, but I could just replace that with like dirt or mud and that would be fine. Okay, this looks very square, but I am going to take out all the sand in between and I can kind of smooth out the edges when I get to that step. So I'm just going to keep going with the rest of the first part of step 2 in Kash's shoreline beautification system. So step 2A is done and it looks like this. If there was natural dirt, I left it. Just tried my best to sort of blend the boulders down. This part's going to be rough because I took away a landmass that was here, and so there's a lot of stone underneath instead of just dirt. But I think it's blended in pretty well, and the next part of step 2 is to blend in from boulder to boulder horizontally. So I'll remove the sand, I'm going to leave the natural dirt, and then maybe just sort of fade the mud back into the dirt using the muddy mangrove roots and maybe some coarse dirt or maybe some dripstone. I'll have to mess around and see what I like best. Okay, so I've removed all the sand from along the shoreline and did my best to sort of tie together the boulders. Mine are a lot farther apart than Kash's, and I do think this would work better if the riverbed was deeper, but I don't know if I'll have time to dig it all out. Plus, I lost my respiration helmet and it had aqua affinity, so like I keep almost drowning. But I think this looks a lot better than it did with all the sand. I also put a lot of coarse dirt at the bottom of the river as well as regular dirt because I can just grab a water bottle and turn a lot of this into mud, which will help add depth to the river. And then I also need to come back through with some bone meal and get all of my seagrass back because I lost all of it doing this, and it really makes such a big difference to have the seagrass in there, like kind of floating and giving some life and hiding maybe some of the more troublesome parts of my terrain. now it's all mudded up a little, and I've replanted a lot of the seagrass along this side of the shoreline, and I think it looks so much better than it looked before. I really am pleased with how it turned out. I think it just adds a little bit of finishing to the river and the river boat. Step 3 of his shoreline beautification is actually adding pathways, which I don't know if I particularly need a pathway here, because where are you walking to? Like, I don't have anything this way. So for now, I think I might be done with this shoreline. I might come back in and maybe do something to sort of ease the grass into the water, maybe with mangrove roots and possibly even lily pads. I think that might be cute, just to add a little bit of life to the sides in between where the boulders are. I also need to repeat this boulder shoreline process over here and along here and in this area. I think I might actually just take this out. It just looks funny sticking out the way that it does. But I'm going to work on that, and I will check back in with you when that is complete. And I am done prettying up the riverbank. I think it turned out so cute. I just added in some coarse dirt, mangrove roots, birch leaves, and then I did this little cattail trick where you do a glass pane with a candle on top. I went and scooped up some lily pads, and I just think this whole shoreline looks so much better and just integrated as like part of the base area. Let's get an overview look with our cheetah cam. I think it looks so cute. And we did it all the way along here. And then I also, off camera, added in more boulders and did the whole pathway thing all along this shoreline. I did run out of lily pads. I do think it makes a difference. I also ran out of brown candles, but I had green. So over there is brown candles and here, and then it switches to green here. I think it still looks good. It's just like a different kind of cattail. Goes all the way down this side as well. All the way up to the path that leads to the fireball. We've got some boulders and then the same sort of path work that I did on the other side, just missing some lily pads, which if I have a chance, I will go grab some more and add them in. So we've done our big trees, we've done our lollipops, and we've done our shoreline, which just leaves the last little thing, which I've sort of been putting off. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm procrastinating, which is the firework bridge entrance. So if we go over to the entrance, this is how everyone comes to my base, through my portal. And, you know, you're just hit in the face with this cute, colorful factory. We've got the boat, and now we have the shoreline. And then the plan is that I took away the button, but there'll be a button here that you can press. And fireworks come out of this tunnel here. And then I need to add another one of those setups on this side. Rewire the redstone because I accidentally broke some of the blocks and let water in. And it took away all my redstone. But I really need a way to get a lot of fireworks so that I don't run out. And that means it's time, finally, to build the firework contraption. Whew. I think I'm ready. And I thought it would be easier to show off the contraption in the creative server because I'm planning to put this in one of the factory towers and it's harder to show it. So basically the machine at the bottom has a triple crafter that takes in an input of firework charges. This makes the fireworks pink, a gunpowder input, and a paper input to create small ball pink firework rockets. And I thought it would be fun to make this into a contraption where it's all in one. So I put my sugarcane here. That makes me paper, which goes into this input for these rockets. This, I just fill this chest with gunpowder. That's all that needs. And then the firework charge is a mix of, again, more gunpowder and pink dye. Well, I wanted to have a pink dye farm, so that's where this little guy comes in. I just get bone meal in there and you flip this switch and that will reproduce the pink petals, and then they go into this hopper, which puts them into this crafter, which crafts them into pink dye. So I call it the firework contraption. It's specifically designed to make me small ball pink fireworks, which is perfect for my bridge. I had a really fun time figuring out how to make all of these things work together in a setup that can fit in a cylindrical tower of the factory. That's exactly what I did. I did it. Okay, back to the server. And it's done. Now I just need to set all the crafters, and also I had a creeper explode down here. No. So I have to fix that. You guys might know that I came from Bedrock and I do like Java better. However, Bedrock scaffolding is superior. Like, it's so much better in Bedrock. It's just the truth. Okay, so the petals go into this chest, and then this crafter needs to make pink dye, which I think we just go like this. Okay, so I've got my pink dye crafter crafting. So this is pink dye. I am trying to label everything so I don't get mixed up. Pink dye. And then this will be gunpowder. So after some crafter troubleshooting, I believe my firework contraption is working. And oh my goodness, it looks like it's working. Oh, I was so nervous it wasn't going to work because it worked on creative, but on a server, sometimes things act different, but this is awesome. So cool. I love this machine so much. And it fit perfectly in the tower. So I'm going to let this run and make all of the rockets that it can with the supplies we have. And while that's going, I'm going to fix this gross, ugly creeper hole. Creeper hole is fixed. I just stuck a lantern in here. I don't really know what to do with this space, but look at the view. I love this view so much. And we've got all of these firework rockets completed. The bottleneck right now is gunpowder because I have not been AFKing at my gunpowder farm. It's been a while. So I think I'll AFK overnight, and that should be able to let us make a ton of rockets. And those rockets are going to go in this firework launcher tunnel on this side of the bridge. And I also need to add one to the other side of the bridge, and both of those will need to be redstone wired because I might have flooded it. The second side firework tunnel is in. It completely matches the first one, and it's all wired up. The signal comes from up here. You just press a button on top and it will come down these steps. It is a little janky because I couldn't remember how I did the skulk sensor and lectern setup I had before, so we just went back to simple button and downward stairs. The signal branches off to one side here and to the other side here with the observers facing the redstone, which will trigger the droppers to shoot off a firework whenever the button is pressed. And now I've just got to grab all of the rockets that my firework contraption made for me and fill up the dispensers. Just trying to spread them out evenly. Okay, now I know this one's not working because these are fireworks from my original thing. Interesting. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that one. Okay, it's time to test. Okay, now that looked like all of them went, but I'm gonna need someone else to press the button so I can look. Uni said he would come on over to help me out, so I'm gonna have him push buttons while I check redstone signals and make sure that my fireworks are going off the way they're supposed to.
So was that the test? Is that what you wanted to do?
No, I need you when I say to press this button.
Do I need to be recording?
You don't have. I'm literally just testing my fireworks to make sure everything's firing. But
Oh,
hold on,
okay.
let me get in position.
Okay.
Because I couldn't I can't press it when I'm in free cam. You know what I mean? Like.
I know. I understand.
Okay, press.
Now?
Go. Okay, just once. Okay, so the end one's not firing. Okay, and then. Okay, press. Okay, those ones all work. Okay, so it's just, why isn't the end one firing?
All the way over here?
Yeah.
Huh.
1, 2, 3,
Probably have a
4,
block
5, 6, 7,
underneath
8.
blocking the redstone.
No, I don't. And
Oh,
it's
you're
8.
You've still got one more to go. Where you were standing? Yeah, there's a
Wait,
whole nother one after
I'm
you.
standing here. There's a,
Yeah,
I never
there's a
wired
whole nother
it.
one
The
after that.
tunnel
Yeah.
ends, Uni. The tunnel ends. I
Here,
didn't
free cam.
know.
Free cam real quick. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see. It's right
Oh
there.
no. Oh, that's so dumb. I keep trying to get away from this whole like miney moments,
Hey, that's why we gotta whisper
stereotype
more.
of
We gotta
me,
whisper more.
but
Otherwise, Jay's gonna catch wind.
I
'Cause
can't escape it.
I'm having
Like,
my moments too. Not updating my mods. He's gonna pull the nick out of me. He's gonna never let me hear the end of it.
hey, I built some boulders around my shoreline,
Oh, I see it now.
and
Yeah,
you're a boulders kind of guy. I hope
I
they're
am. Yes.
accurate. I have no idea, Uni. I just started. I'm trying to use up like a lot of blocks that I just have lying around since the season is ending. So I didn't want to go gather resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boulder's a boulder. No one's gonna really pay attention to the details except me.
Okay. Well, now see,
They
I
look
went
like
in
boulders.
I went and invited a boulder guy.
The only thing I would have to say is it's a lot of cobble.
I know, but like,
It's
what else would
primarily
you put
cobble,
in there?
but
And what do I have lying around?
you can use andesite, puff.
I don't have any tough, but I do have
Oh,
this 32 andesites.
yeah, andesite's really good because you can also make it into stairs and slabs.
Okay,
And
so
then
these two big fatty ones right here, you think need some? Yeah, they are a lot of cobble. Now that you
yeah,
say
it's
it,
a lot.
those
It's
are
a
the
lot.
last ones I did,
Yeah.
so I had run out of all my other texturing
Yep.
blocks.
And I would say, yeah, just sprinkle it in there wherever you think there's like a shadow and a bit of light coming off the sun.
Okay.
Yeah, just thinking about where the light source is. Just pick one light source, and as long as they're all consistent with that light source, like northwest, east, south, it should all fit.
I will try that, Uni. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you also for solving my firework tunnel
Oh,
problem.
yeah, no problem. That seemed like it was a pretty quick fix.
Oh,
All right, Miney,
man.
don't worry about your redstone. It is now fixed, thanks to me and all me.
It is.
I'm the
And
expert.
you helped a lot, actually.
I stood above and said, "You're 3 blocks away."
I never would have guessed that was the problem, honestly.
Hey, it happens. Oh man. Oh my god, am I going south?
You're
South.
going the
Okay,
right way.
bye.
You're going the right way.
Yay.
Bye. Okay, so it was a builder error. I didn't have my tunnel extended enough, so we are going to fix that right now. And sounds good. Okay, let's go test it again for reals. Now that we've actually wired every single launcher, it should actually be working. Amazing. Oh, it looks good. When Uni was over here, he did mention I do have a lot of cobble going on, which by the end, I don't know if you guys remember the order I went, but I started over there. I came up that way, all the way to the path, and then back down here. So this was the last ones I did. And these ones, I really didn't have many blocks left. So he suggested I mix in some andesite, which I have 32. I just had on me. And so let's texture these a little bit more than what they are. Well, I think that looks a lot better. So I am glad I asked Uni, who does a lot of geological based builds. He's the perfect person to come help me test my tunnel and help me improve my boulders, which actually you might need some improving too. Much better. We added so many trees to the base and all the boulders along the shoreline. Finally got the firework contraption working and the firework tunnels all put in along the bridge, and they all work. It's very exciting. I feel like I'm very close to being able to call this base done. This is my first time making it to the end of an SMP season. It's been so amazing. I'm so excited to show off everything to everyone on the server when we have the world tour. And I am also super excited about next season as well. If you've made it this far in the episode, you are so sparkly and I love it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.